my birthday. I sure am excited for what lies in store for me. I wonder who has sent me any messages or wishes. Damn. Ah well, may as well not make the day about me. Might take the time to review a game while I wait for today to be over. Hopefully someone wishes me a happy birthday while I do this. Let's see here, what game am I reviewing? Oh no. Silent Hill F. More like, I don't even know. What better way to celebrate my birthday than with bloodshed? Yeah, getting straight to the point. I don't know how to feel about this game, you guys. I'm not trying to say that this is indefensible or anything, because trust me, there are really good moments in this game. There was a weird funk I felt when playing it. Let me explain. I think I can easily sum it up to a complete opposite of Spider-Man 2, where that game had not a good story but amazing gameplay, where this had a great story but not really good gameplay. But I did enjoy what it offered, not gonna lie. But nonetheless, I think I'll get into it now. Spoilers. I am gonna be getting into quite a bit of spoilers in this. I won't spoil big parts of the story, but regardless, spoilers. This is the warning. You play as a young girl named Hinako Shimizu, driven by family pressures, personal trauma, and the wish to be free from society's perception of women. She finds herself in a horrifying fog, where she's likely to be murdered by fleshy dolls with knives. Oh, and you're in a place called Ibitsugaoka, not Silent Hill. Yeah, probably gonna have to fact check that one. Now, getting straight into the gameplay, it's kind of shitty, not gonna lie. You have a horrible parry, a confusing inventory system, and tricky as hell puzzles. Actually, that one isn't so bad. Puzzles are tricky, sure, but they are really satisfying to complete. The one I didn't like, though, was the Scarecrow one. That one was made by Satan, I swear. I'll come back to gameplay in a little bit, but in terms of world design and monster design, I really like them. Starting with the world design, Ibitsugaoka is covered in a thick fog, obviously, but it kind of stands out in the franchise with all the spider lilies around. Spider lilies are a symbol of death in Japan, and that's a really cool detail I like about the game. There are about 3 monsters that come to mind with details I really like about them, and overall designs that I just really happen to enjoy. The first one being the Kashimashi, a fleshy doll covered in bruises and makes a lot of disgusting noises, which, you know, makes sense because their name comes from the word noisy. This, to me, can be seen as the trauma of how women are abused by their husbands. Notice how their stun animation, or the way they're introduced, is like being harshly pushed down from their husband's rage. You know, speaking of rage, the next monster on my list is the Ara Abare. This spidey lily-covered meatball thingamabob is an embodiment of pure rage and violence, which I believe can symbolize Hinako's father, as apparent by the knife. It's really tough to kill, so it's better to just keep your distance if you can. The one monster that disturbs me the most would honestly have to be none other than the— oh my god! This pregnant monster thing. I'm not sure what it's called. It's a spawner type enemy, and it shoots out weird fleshy eggs. This creature, I don't think I need to describe, but I will anyway. It's supposed to be the embodiment of fear of pregnancy. This is honestly a type of thing I've been waiting for from a horror game in a long time. From creepy monsters like these to things like cutting off your own arm. The story itself is excellent, and I've enjoyed every second of it. Each character honestly felt like they had some form of importance throughout the whole thing, and it is honestly such a good time throughout the whole game. But come on, I know when not to glaze a game. As much do kinda like the game, it also honestly has a lot of problems with the gameplay itself. Looping right back to that, you know. Mainly the combat. Its primary focus was specifically melee combat. No firearms whatsoever, as evident by the fact that you are in Japan and not America. You can find an assortment of weapons all throughout Ibitsugaoka, all of which have their own damage meter. If that meter runs out, then the weapon breaks. I mean, come on, if I didn't like it in Breath of the Wild, what makes you think I'm gonna like it here too? Not to mention that Hinako also has stamina. You can run out if you run too long, or attack too frequently, or dodge too much, and it honestly can get pretty annoying. Like, Yeah, you can argue that Hinako is just a kid and doesn't have a lot of energy to begin with. I can agree with that, but that doesn't make it any less annoying when I'm attacked by a swarm of enemies and I get an asthma attack. And don't even get me started on the bosses. The bosses are... okay, they aren't that bad, but I really don't like Rinko's fight. I keep trying to attack it with my mighty werewolf arm power thing. And in order to do that, I have to kill a few enemies while evading Rinko's attacks. And oh man, I died. There's this weird skill tree thingy where you can equip certain things to help buff your strength and dodge speed and, you know, stuff like that. There's also upgrades, but it kind of feels a little too strict because you need to find an Ina and enshrine enough Omamori in order to upgrade it. On one hand, it makes you strategize on how you want to upgrade and what you want to trade off in order to upgrade. But on the other hand, Inas are really hard to find, and it becomes a lot more frustrating and just want to tank every hit. Who needs upgrades when I could just have damage stack without any iframes because it didn't exist at the time? Oh yeah, did I mention that damage can stack? Yeah, I don't know why I forgot to mention that. You know how I mentioned how beautiful the world design is in this game? Well, even sometimes it falls a little flat, especially in the Dark Shrine. I think when compared to Ibitsugaoka, the Dark Shrine just feels empty. I don't think it's stacked up to the world design of Ibitsugaoka or the other world from the other games. Not that I think this is bad or anything. I just don't feel like it holds a candle to something like that. Other than that, the world design holds up. Puzzles can either be tricky yet fair, or crafted by Satan. I think the one I had the most trouble with was with the scarecrows. Now it might just seem like I'm whining about it, but I can admit I have dumb brain. I give you full permission to slander me for not knowing a chunk of these puzzles. Not all the puzzles are bad, but I think the one I enjoyed the most was in the school. Most are just passable. And finally, even though this game insisted on merging beauty with horror, the game overall isn't really scary because of the issues I listed above. If I don't enjoy parts of the gameplay, then what makes you think I'm gonna enjoy the whole package? Plus, I've just been numb to horror altogether, playing games like Resident Evil, Outlast, Postal, and other games in the Silent Hill franchise. It made it very hard for me to go, damn, that's a spooky thing. I should turn and run away from it. Overall, I think this game is just fine. Do I think it's a Game of the Year contender at the time of recording this? No, of course not. Is it an awful game? Again, no. Even with a chunk of the negatives I just listed, it's still a pretty enjoyable horror game. But if you are trying to get into the Silent Hill series, I don't think I can recommend you start here. I think with the upcoming Silent Hill remake, then I would recommend you start. Nothing I say should be an overall deterioration on whether people should enjoy it or not. And so, that's Silent Hill F. It's alright. It's not the best game in the world, but certainly not the worst. Even though it's not too good in a lot of elements, I won't lie to anyone and say I didn't have fun with it. And like I mentioned in my Spyro Reignited review, this is to be my first episode where I give a score to a game. Silent Hill F scored an 86 on Metacritic, a 7 out of 10 on IGN, and a 9 out of 10 on Steam. Unfortunately for me personally, I'm going to give this game a 6 out of 10. Do note, I do not think this game is bad, but there are quite a lot of elements that hold it back from being higher, especially with the detail of it not being located in goddamn Silent Hill. Wait a minute. Oh, that's clever. I'll give you a pass on that one. Anyways, I think it's about time I wrap up this funny little video. If you like what you saw, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and follow me on social media for any updates on new video I'm making. Up next will be a review on Celeste, but until then, this was Vinch. Stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye!